Hey everybody, my name is Amy Gnadt and I'm running for re-election for Place 4 for the Allen Independent School District Board of Trustees. I would like to thank the Allen Council of PTAs for this opportunity to learn more about my campaign. Should you like to contact me after this presentation, you can reach me by my information that is available on my website at amygnadt.com. My phone number and my email address is listed there for you. I'll be paraphrasing their questions and then directly giving you some brief answers. If you want to call me afterwards in the coming month and learn more about my answers, please feel free to give me a call anytime. All right, so number one, with the expected upcoming decrease in state funding, how will you prioritize these funds? Well, currently in Allen, about 84% of our funding is directed towards staff salaries, which means that it's a big priority, obviously. So without good teachers and the professional development that goes to support those teachers, we cannot have good student outcomes. That's what it takes. You have to have good teachers in front of our students to have good student outcomes. So state funding that we receive has to be viewed from a lens that really focuses on student growth. And for Allen ISD, this means supporting our teachers. So going forward, whatever funding we get, no matter how they slice the pie, it'll always be a priority. Number two, how do we balance hot topic issues while keeping a focus on long-term needs? Well, you can't take the public out of public education. So that means that emerging social, economic, and political issues will continue to disrupt our focus on student progress. That's just kind of the way it works in public education. So as we navigate the challenges that we continue to receive from outside influences all over the place that are both, just different things that we've had to deal with that have been just very challenging, including COVID, of course. That was a very real one for sure. We'll just continue to engage our parents, our staff, and our community to obtain thoughtful insights on what is relevant to our students and our staff in Allen, and make decisions that we feel like affect all of our students, all 22,000, and all of our staff, all 3,000 of those folks too, to make sure we are doing what we can to consider all parties. Number three, how do you plan to represent members of our community that may have values or beliefs that do not align with your own personal beliefs? Good question. As an experienced board member, I hope I've demonstrated a steady, balanced approach to governance that has considered all students from all walks of life. This is a quality a good board member must have to make fair decisions. There's many, many times that you have to put your personal beliefs and your personal feelings to the side, and you have to recognize that you're making opinions, again, that affect 22,000 different students and 3,000 different staff members, and probably close to 44,000 parents that are coming from all different walks of lives and all different parts of the world and different parts of different countries and different cultures and different states and different ages that are really just are coming from all kinds of different conditions, and that you just haven't been able to walk in their shoes. And so it's important to recognize you may not know all the answers. You don't know all the answers. So you have to be able a balanced approach when you make those decisions, and everything has to be as fair as possible. Number four, would you propose another bond? Well, haven't I been through that? But you know what? The only answer to this question is yes. And let me tell you why. The state does not provide funds for capital improvements or new construction. In case anybody didn't hear me, the state does not provide funds for capital improvements or new construction. We must fund this locally through our bonds. All right, so bond elections authorize the district to sell an estimated dollar amount to the market for use to finance this capital improvements over the expected life of whatever it is we need to get fixed. And so if we do not invest in our facilities, I'm telling you, if we do not invest in our facilities, this is Amy speaking, not the board, not the district, this is Amy the politician speaking. If we do not invest in our buildings and we begin to not meet the needs to educate our students, and we no longer attract new parents and families to this district because we're no longer the place to go, and our houses no longer hold their value and begin to erode in value, and people no longer want to be here, and it starts to just slowly but surely, step by step, we will begin to flip from Allen is the place to be to Allen is the place that was. All right, so I'm telling you, it doesn't seem that way now. Everything's all sparkly and new in Allen. And when you're in my spot and you're looking ahead 20, 30 years ahead and how quickly it goes by. And when I've already been on the board for 9 years and it just flies by. You know, you're talking many of you probably have kindergartners. Well, guess what? In 15, 20, 18 years, they'll be out in no time. And that's how quickly it can happen. So please reconsider your position on these bonds and recognize that this is an investment in your community. Back to the question, would you propose another bond? The only answer to this answer is yes. Just mark my words on that. Number 5. Current opportunity for board change. There's always opportunity for a board change. I mean, what board doesn't need to grow? I've been on lots of them. ACO, from everything ACO, and gosh, Junior League board. I've been on main boards. But this, for our board, when it comes to the district board, the times have changed. And the times have demanded that public boards, elected boards in this case, and you're seeing it not only in the boards here with trustee boards, but you're also seeing it with city boards, you're seeing it with maybe boards from the county level and maybe at the state level as well, that when I listen to the electorate, especially during this election, and maybe it's just an anomaly, I'm not sure, but especially during this election, and I listen to the folks that kind of are left-leaning, and I listen to the folks that are a little bit on the right-leaning, and they have their opinions. I feel like that what I'm hearing is that the overarching complaint is that the board does not communicate. And there is no doubt that is what the complaint is. No matter what the issue was, the complaint is that we're not communicating. And so that's something that's got to get fixed. So the board will need to improve their communication to ensure that we meet the needs of our community where they are. So what does that mean? So if a family member or a family or a group of families feel like their child's education experience is being threatened for whatever reason. Let's say they're threatened because they think books are being, under duress, or curriculum is being under duress, or COVID has been introduced and their children are being under duress. I mean, you have to realize the child's education has been threatened. That's what that means. Then we obviously need to work through that to find out what we can do to help them work through their fears. Can we as a board control every single threat? I'm not sure that we can control the threat, right? Can't control COVID. We can control COVID. We can't control COVID. But can we work through how we can control how we feel about it, how we work through it? Yes. And so there has to be a way to do a better job to listen. And so listen harder, listen better, communicate better is something we need to work on. Now, what's the problem with that? Why couldn't we do that before? Seems like a simple thing to do. Well, the challenge comes in with building strategies and building a better way to do that and balancing the requirements of governance when it comes to public entities and the laws associated with public entities. And that we won't go down that road, but some of you guys have already heard Open Meetings Act, all the other requirements. So it doesn't mean it can't, it just means we need to work through it. So that's something that I'm charged to do. I hope I get reelected. It's on the top of my plate. So put it on your list. That's the last question. So I appreciate everybody's time tonight. Thank you very much for being here. Thanks to the Allen Council of PTAs for this opportunity. 11 minutes, a little longer than I wished to be. I probably got off, but sorry about that. See you guys at the polls. Early voting starts on April 25th, so Monday. Voting day is May 7th. See you guys soon. Good night. Catch you later.